Hey, it's Skip, Slusher, and Cooper. And Cooper's a guy, he's pretty sticky to your legs. He's kind of a lazier horse. He likes to avoid work. So we do a lot of chunking where his work is small bits and he doesn't have to, he's not anticipating this long workload, makes him more willing to go. But he's still pretty sticky. So I want him to think that my legs really mean something. And he's like, no, they don't. I'm like, yes, they do. No, they don't. So we're going to convince him that yes, they do. And that means I'm not going to get in this big kicking fight with him. I'm going to slap my hand on his backside and see if I can get him to move off. And so because horses are so sequential, I'm going to ask with my legs. If he doesn't listen, I'm going to go back here and give him a little whack. So he's going to go, well, you know, the whack's not that much fun. Maybe I'll just go off the legs. But we avoided that one-on-one fight about I'm going to kick harder, you resist harder, I'm going to kick harder, you resist. You want to stay away from that kind of fight that it's just escalating the whole way. So to get him to go, I'm going to ask him to trot off. That's all I wanted. I want him to leave. We're not going very far. I just want him to leave when I ask. So same thing, I'm gonna add some leg. He ignored it. And there we go. So I'm making something else other than my legs the bad guy. The legs are kind of the good guy. They're giving him warning, hey, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to call my buddy, the hand, who's going to hit you. So I'm going to squeeze. Good. That took a whole 2 minutes. So I'm going to squeeze. Nope. And there we go. So here we are. We're going to squeeze and nothing. Now, I'm not beating on my horse. This is a little slap on the rump, is nothing compared to what horses do to each other. And he's very tolerant of that. It's not a big thing. What is a big thing is if I start just hammering with my legs, spurring the heck out of him, that becomes a big thing. This is just a quick, well, there you go. Never underestimate the power of avoidance. So he's like, I don't love that. I'd rather listen to that. So I'm asking for the trot. There we go. So every time I put my legs on him, I want him to go. I don't want to have to squeeze harder, harder, harder. I just want to squeeze a little bit. If he doesn't, and he's toying with how often, how long I'm gonna stick with this. There's a squeeze, nothing. There. So you have to reinforce, you can't just do one good one and think that they've got it. They'll come and go. Squeeze. That was good. So you can't just go, oh, he just nailed it, we're done, hop off and put him up. They're gonna always test for a little while. He's like, well, does he really mean that? Is he gonna stick with it? So I'm gonna squeeze. So as soon as he saw my hand, he went back. Now I know that somebody's going to say you're beating on your horse, and it's what I can do with my hand from back here is not that big. It's loud and the noise is bigger than the actual pressure. So I would rather give them one quick attention-getting correction cue than just bludgeon them and just keep going and going and going and dolling them up. Because eventually somebody's going to have to get really big to fix that. This is a way you can do it if you catch it early enough. It's kind of a minor fix. So again, I'm going to squeeze, and there he goes. My spurs aren't touching him. I'm not doing anything other than adding calf pressure. Sorry to come in and out of the light here. Squeeze. There we go. And again, all we want's the departure. We don't need laps and we don't need long things. And in Cooper's case, a horse that's been way overexposed, and sorting's a lot of exposure for a horse anyway, but a horse that's been pushed too hard past what they can handle mentally, they get all this anxious anxiety. Just they're very anxious about all the work they think's coming. So you keep that work to a minimal and you do little bits, little bits, little bits, little bits, and that overexposure is what leads a lot of horses to be sticky to your legs like this, because they've learned that nothing good comes out of leaving when you ask. They want to fight that and delay it and delay that hard work they think's coming. So don't bring the hard work. Make it short, little sweet little things. I squeeze, you pick up your trot, I leave you alone, we stop, take a break, I pet you, it's all good. So let's do one more test here after a little talk and see if he still has it. Okay, there's my squeeze. Good. So it's kind of sticking with him. So anyway, if you like any of this information, please go ahead and subscribe.